When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. This much-loved classic hymn was penned by Horatio Spafford in 1876. But there's an incredible story behind it, which most people are familiar with, but I want to just reflect on it a little bit deeper in this video. You see, Horatio was a wealthy Chicago lawyer with a thriving legal practice, had a beautiful home, a wife, 4 daughters and a son. Horatio was also a devout Christian and a friend of Dwight L. Moody, Sankey and other well-known Christians of his day. But things were not going well for Horatio. As a successful lawyer, he had invested significantly in property in the Chicago area, much of which was damaged during the Great Fire. And on top of that, in the economic downturn of 1873, he lost a lot of his wealth. Horatio had planned a cruise with his wife and his daughters to Europe, something obviously that he was looking forward to, but at the last minute had to cancel and send his wife and his daughters ahead of him so that he could stay back in Chicago and deal with some of these affairs after the Great Fire. Sadly, whilst at sea, the ship had a collision with another vessel and his 4 daughters were killed. Only his wife survived. Horatio set sail to be with his grieving wife. And when he reached the spot where his wife's ship had sunk and his 4 daughters perished, he wrote the words of this now famous hymn, "It is well with my soul." You know, I've often sung that song and come to the chorus, it is well with my soul. And I've imagined Horatio singing about his standing before God, how he's in right standing because of the blood of Jesus Christ. But I have a feeling that there's more to that song than that thought and that truth. As you read the lyrics, Horatio says, when peace like a river attendeth my soul, when sorrows like sea billows roll, he's overwhelmed with grief, yet at the same time he is sensing the peace of God. And he says these words, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. You see, what I believe Horatio was really saying in that song is this, that he embraces the will of God. The destruction of his economic empire, and now the greatest of all wounds, the loss of his 4 beloved children, and thinking of his wife grieving on the other side of the shore. He's saying to God, whatever my lot, you've taught me to say, it is well with my soul. He was embracing the will of God in that moment. At that time, as he wrote a song that millions would sing for almost 150 years to come, he was embracing the fact that my life is in God's hands. And somehow, though I may not understand it, God's going to work all things together for good. I tell you, millions upon millions of people all over the world have found comfort and strength in that song. His victory in finding peace in the midst of his darkest hour, his victory has become a victory for so many. The challenge to us is this, to embrace the moment, to embrace the will of God, to seek to adjust our attitude when we need to, and when we face those times of tragedy where we're overwhelmed with grief and sorrow, overwhelmed with temptation, overwhelmed with stress and the trials of life, that we throw ourselves upon God, that we throw ourselves upon Him, we reach out to Him and seek His help in times of need, in our hour of weakness and need, so that we, like Horatio, can say, whatever my lot, you have taught me to say, it is well with my soul.